Democrats and Republicans should join together and do our responsibility as a separate branch of government and the branch of government that has control over Social Security and make sure.
That was Representative Larson speaking yesterday on the House floor about Social Security. I'm going to play that full video clip, let you know exactly what he's saying, as you're not going to want to miss what he says there. Also, we're going to go over this. Social Security recipients could receive a $1,400 or $1,400 payment. With this $1,400 payment, this is just for Social Security recipients, not anyone else in the country. I'm going to give you the latest update with that one-time $1,400 payment and give you some other important Social Security updates as well. Before I dive into the main content, if you appreciate these Social Security updates, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Social Security updates. So, we're going to get into this, the $1,400 one-time payment just for Social Security recipients, no one else. I'll let you know the details on that. But first, let's take a listen to what Representative Larson said yesterday on the House floor about Social Security.
I'm also here this morning because we have a resolution of inquiry that we've introduced to get the information from the whistleblower who has talked about what's happened to the more than 300 million Americans who depend on Social Security. This impacts all 435 congressional districts. Madam Speaker, you have 161,000 Social Security recipients in your district. I know that you do not stand for having their personal information gone through, looked over, and utilized for anything that was unattended, let alone having been taken from its secure position in Social Security and stored in a cloud that no one from the Social Security Administration has access to, and that makes everyone's information vulnerable. We're calling for DOJ to come before the Ways and Means Committee so that they can tell the American people, number one, why they needed to look at your personal data to begin with. And number two, what are they doing with it and why did they take it from a secure location? No one on DOJ has been vetted by the United States Senate or by Congress. None of them are accountable for what they're doing, and for the president to allow them to have access to every American's personal data is an outrage. And Democrats and Republicans should join together and do our responsibility as a separate branch of government and the branch of government that has control over Social Security and make sure that these DOJ individuals are held accountable. We demand answers. I'm proud to be joined by Rich Neal in making sure that on the Ways and Means Committee, the Committee of Cognizance for Social Security, that we have DOJ come before us. If they're doing such a great job, if they're exposing all this so-called fraud and abuse, why aren't they in front of Congress telling us about it? And we demand the fact that they be accountable for what they've stolen and put into a cloud. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield back.
What are your thoughts there? Now, lately, Representative Larson has been on a kick talking about Social Security data in the hands of DOJ. I really wish he would talk more about Social Security increases, enhanced benefits, as he used to speak about. But lately, he's been talking about data. Let me know your thoughts. What would you prefer him to talk about? Increases, enhanced benefits, or trying to get to the bottom of Social Security data and DOJ? Let me know down in the comments below. All right, let's get into this. A couple of headlines here. Senior advocacy group pushes $1,400 catch-up payment for Social Security beneficiaries amid inflation. And then this headline, as I read to you before. Now, we are seeing a possible COLA increase of 2.7%, which is so low, so insulting. What is anyone going to do with a 2.7% increase? Well, that's where advocates are urging a $1,400 payment on top of whatever else you're making. I'm going to give you a little details on that here. So with the COLA benefits, here we see here the Senior Advocacy Group, which petitions Congress to improve living standards for older Americans, has proposed a one-time payment of $1,400 to help address the decline. This amount is short of $4,400 per year increase. Congress would need to undo all those losses in the value of benefits in 2010. Saying the Senior Citizens League published a report in 2024 which revealed that since 2010, the purchasing power of benefits has fallen by 20%. Basically saying that in order to make up for all of the lack of increased benefits for Social Security recipients since 2010, there would have to be a $4,000 increase just to keep up with inflation, just to keep up with all the lost benefits that Congress, for whatever reason, or Social Security Administration and Congress has not given the benefit to Social Security beneficiaries and recipients. So that's why they're calling for a $1,400 check to give a little bit to at least make up since this big mistake since 2010, as benefit increases have been so low. And if you're on Social Security, you know exactly what I'm talking about, how benefit increases are so low. And if there is a minute increase, it gets eaten up by Medicare Part B premiums. The article goes on here saying, the data in this study shows what seniors have been telling the Senior Citizens League for years. Social Security checks aren't keeping up with inflation, are not keeping up with inflation. The $1,400 payment proposal is one way to ease the loss in buying power since 2010, but more action is needed. So far, no leaders are championing this proposal, but other Senior Citizen League priorities have a base on Capitol Hill. The group is also urging Congress to develop an inflation measure that better reflects the unique spending patterns of seniors, such as index would. For example, give more weight to healthcare costs than the CPIW does, since older adults typically require more medical care. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders has been an advocate for establishing a consumer price index for the elderly, which the Bureau of Labor Statistics would manage. This would be the CPIE. So they would like to, there are actually even a few bills, as mentioned, Bernie Sanders' bill, Social Security Expansion Act, Representative Larson's bill, Social Security 2100 Act. Those two bills have a lot of benefits in it, increases across the board, but also changes the CPIW to the CPIE, which would guarantee a higher COLA increase. There's also a few bills where it's just the COLA or just the CPIE change as well. Benton also highlighted the 7.3 million seniors living on $1,000 a month or less below the poverty line. Although the national poverty rate has declined in recent years, the rate among older Americans is rising, underscoring the need for reforms to protect both beneficiaries and Social Security program itself. It goes on to talk about what the COLA will be. So it looks like we're seeing an estimate. It's going to become official in pretty much exactly a month, October 15th. So 2.7%, which is almost nothing. It might go up to 2.8, it might go down to 2.6, but we're probably not going to see it change much more than that. So it looks like 2.7 might be the insulting, measly low COLA adjustment for 2026, which doesn't become official until your first 2026 payment after January, in January or after January, depending on when your payments are. So so that's the change. That's what we're looking for the $1,400 payment. Is it going to happen? Well, there's actually no official legislation for this. So this is just an urge, a proposal, but there's no official legislation. So chances of this happening, very slim, but I'm going to keep you updated on what happens with that. And if you appreciate how I gave you all of the facts, showed you the video clips, all the information, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Social Security videos like this. And that is all the news that I have for today to hopefully cheer you up a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. I want to tell you something that you should really use. If you're like the pool or something and like you get hurt or something, you should just try your best, because sometimes that happens to me too, and it's not really fun. But if you got hurt like that one time, I'm sure you could deal with it, and you can be strong and powerful like how you are. So, bye! Hope you have a great day.
The Social Security Commissioner comes out and says that there are major plans to change Social Security as the way it is, completely different than how it is now. So you're going to want to see that over here. I'll play you the video clip of that, and I'll see you in that video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.